Silly, silly. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Elliot.
And I'm Fatima.
And this is Silly Silly. We are back with another video for you. Today we're going to be talking about the most overrated things, in our opinion. Definitely in our opinion.
Yes.
We each have 3 things that we've chosen. And we're going to do them, I think, from least controversial to most controversial. I don't know,
mine are pretty controversial.
Yeah, well, might get a little spicy here.
Yes,
I'll just say that.
yes.
So Fatima, you're up first.
Yes, so in my opinion, one of the things that's most overrated is peanut butter.
Peanut butter? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I can see that.
Especially in the Western culture, I feel like it's like, I'm from Pakistan and peanut butter doesn't really exist. Or like it's not really hyped or anything. But I came here and it was just like peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter, Reese's cups, and just peanut butter everywhere. So
Yeah. I mean, I can appreciate the taste to some degree. I mean, I like a good PB&J every now and then. But I mean, I've never been like crazy about just peanut butter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm more about the jam, personally.
Yes.
That's a good one. I think I agree with you on that one.
I like peanuts though. I like peanuts by themselves, but not peanut butter. Yeah.
So my third most overrated thing is American food. So it's kind of an extension of your previous one. So I think that, there is some good American food. I mean, I guess hamburgers and like barbecue is really popular in the States, especially in the South. But I don't know, even barbecue, like I enjoy it.
Yeah, I kid you not.
Yeah.
I actually was going to put barbecue sauce on my list.
Yeah. I mean, it's good taste, but to me, I feel like Korean barbecue one-ups it 100%. I mean, personally.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, burgers are good, but I just feel like like a lot of other, cultures of food, like, taste so much better to
agree.
me. So,
I agree with that.
Yeah, so that's my third most overrated thing.
Okay, so the second thing that I find, grossly overrated, and this is just my opinion, is marinara sauce.
Okay.
Hear me out. That's the thing. It's just overrated, and it's not. If you think about it, if you break it down, I don't know if it's that flavorful or delicious or, it's just pureed tomatoes and like a few.
It's essential. I mean, also there's marinaras that have more than just pureed tomatoes. I mean, you have onions, garlic, all sorts of marinara recipes.
I don't know. I
don't think I could have a pizza without a marinara.
There's so many different types of sauces and a fresh marinara that's very fragrant and very fresh, I can understand that, but the one that comes out of a jar
is just as good. I don't know, it's not just as good, but I mean, I like it.
This might be a controversial opinion, but I just don't. I think marinara and everything, like people dip stuff in marinara.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just tomatoes. It's like ketchup is better.
Dude, honestly, I kind of like started to move away from ketchup. I mean, I love ketchup, but I've kind of gotten into more sauce territory. Like I tried the Kitchili, the Heinz Kitchili, and I think that's pretty good.
I like it too.
But
I like the Heinz jalapeno.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one.
That's okay. But
I love me some marinara. Honestly, I can get behind some Prego. So some ragu.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no.
love it.
No.
Love it.
No. Okay.
Okay. So my second most overrated thing that I personally believe is overrated is summer. The season of summer.
You're just coming out swinging.
Yeah, I'm coming out swinging, but I don't know. It's like I appreciate it. I like sunny days just as much as anyone else. But I feel like spring has that in spades. You have sunny days, but it's also not brutally hot. In the summer, depending on where you live, but at least where we live, it can get humid, it can get stuffy. It's just like the temperatures get to just asinine degrees. So, I don't know. I personally don't really vibe with summer. But
everything is so bright and everything is blossoming. There's a bunch of fruit that is, that gets in season in summer. It's just, everything is alive.
Yeah, I love the fruits. I love like seasonal summer fruits. But I don't know, summer, I would leave it.
Okay, that's definitely. I don't agree with that. As someone with seasonal depression, I love summer. I like a lot of sunny days.
I mean, trust me, I don't like gray days that much, but sometimes I do.
Okay.
But fall, I don't mind it. In winter, I like more than summer. Yeah, I'll just say that much.
I can't agree with that. I get cold very easily.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, but summer's too hot.
Okay.
Too muggy.
All right. I can respect that, but I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
what is your second most...
No, that's actually the most overrated thing that I think
Okay.
on my list.
Oh, yeah. We're at the last one for you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is cancel culture.
Oh, okay.
I know, that's a big one, but I think that it is grossly overrated. I don't think it's beneficial. And we've seen time and time again that, like, just flat out canceling people doesn't benefit anyone.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking, again, this is my opinion, but I'm also not talking about, like, murderers or, like, these horrible people that, deserve the justice that they, are served. But I'm talking about, like, YouTubers. I'm talking about
YouTube drama.
I'm talking about YouTube drama, but I'm also talking about people that have, made mistakes in their past. And they are trying, or they have tried throughout their lives to, right their wrongs. And it is not conducive to, I think, a healthy society if you write off people forever.
Yeah.
And I think, in my opinion, it's not fair to not revisit, those decisions of, like, I'm going to cancel this person. Yes, of course, you can dislike people, but they may be trying to better themselves.
Well, canceling is kind of like a hive mind thing, It's like, gathering kind of a horde of people who believe the way that you do to kind of target a specific individual. And,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I suppose it is warranted to some degree, but I don't know. People are also very quick to hate on others without really giving them a chance to defend themselves. So I think I agree with you on that one. So.
And I definitely believe that it's just not conducive to a healthy society where people can't make mistakes, but then
themselves.
also redeem themselves.
Right.
They should be allowed to right their wrongs.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one. All right. I don't think you're going to agree with this one.
Okay.
Actually, I know you won't, because we've had conversations about this before.
Okay.
So my number one, the thing that I believe is the most overrated, period, is cars.
That is not even... What are you talking about?
Cars are just massively over... Okay, they are machines. They are vehicles. They're just supposed to get you from point A to point B.
That's what they do.
Their purpose is to get you from point A to point B. And I recognize that is important. From, like, a utility standpoint, it is important. But the whole, like, culture behind cars and, like, that car's so cool, it looks so awesome. I don't know. I mean, cars are awful for the environment. They are overpriced. I don't know. People just, I think, inflate them a little bit too much.
I don't know. I think it's kind of like with any other thing that you can like. It's people have preferences.
I understand people have preferences, but I also think that, at the end of the day, if you boil down a car to, like, what it is you are sitting in a vehicle, you're sitting in a machine pressing buttons. It's no more interesting or, like, cool than working on a computer,
Yeah, but people have preferences with computers. Like, you
sure.
have, like, people like LEDs and people like, graphics cards and specific kinds of mouse pads. And at the end of the day, it's a utility. You're just going to use a mouse to click.
Sure.
But why buy, like, a cool one?
Well, I mean, and I understand, like, buying things for comfort or for, like, usability purposes. You want things to be more intuitive. You want it to be more comfortable to sit in. But, I mean, like, if you want to look cool in it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's on you. But
if you're sitting in a Ferrari, come on, that's pretty cool.
I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of money. I would rather do other things with that money.
And that's what you should do. But I don't know if cars in general are overrated.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, everyone likes cars. So it is like, everyone, not enough people don't like cars or think that they're overrated.
Babe, everybody likes money. It doesn't mean that money is overrated.
Well, money is like, you use it for, transactional purposes. It's kind of like...
You use a car for, traveling purposes. And there's nothing wrong with, like, finding it really cool, the vehicle that you're using.
I'm not saying that people who find it cool are wrong. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, in my opinion, cars just aren't that interesting. Yeah. And I think in an ideal society, we wouldn't have cars.
I can kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
I can kind of agree with that.
Because public transportation would be better.
Should be better.
Should be better.
Yeah.
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 So that's my number one. I know it's super controversial, but I don't know how I feel about cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think they're that cool.
I will try and respect. I'm joking. I can respect that. I don't agree with that.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple of honorable mentions, and we're not going to spend too much time on this, but we'll just kind of bullet list them.
Yeah.
So one of mine is super soft beds.
Yes.
I personally, I like firm beds, but everyone seems to really, really like soft pillows, soft beds,
Yeah.
mattresses, couches. But for me, I have back problems if I sleep in
Yeah.
a bed with like that's super soft. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay, number two, I'm gonna say margaritas. I think margaritas are a little bit overrated. I mean, you know, I understand people. There's a culture to margaritas, and people like it, especially like when they're eating Mexican food. But
Yeah, because they go well together. They pair well with.
I don't know. I think that there are other cocktails that are also sweet that do the trick.
But what's wrong with margaritas specifically?
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I just think that it is overrated.
You think overhyped? They're overhyped.
It is overhyped. Yeah. I mean, I prefer like a daiquiri.
Okay.
So.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right.
And then the last thing I'm going to say is Florida. The state of the state of Florida.
He's coming for the entire state of Florida.
It's done.
Oh my god.
It's overrated. I mean, okay, I recognize you have Disney World. You know, you have Universal Studios.
Yes.
They're fun to go to.
I was gonna say there's Orlando World, but then I was like, hold on, that's Universal Studios. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got the parks and you got the beach, but it's hot, it's muggy. It kind of goes along with what I was saying about summer.
It's
hot,
overcrowded.
and there's so many cockroaches. It's not even funny. I saw like at least 5 the last time I was in Florida.
Oh my gosh,
I'll never
yes.
go back.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Agree
So
with
those are my 3.
Okay, so my honorable mentions for the most overrated things are minimalism. I think that artistically, but then also practically, minimalism is like kind of overrated and overhyped, and I think it's also not conducive to like a practical life.
Right.
Because as you live life, you like things, you want to collect things, and it just shows in your house, in your space. And
Right.
I think a lot of people tend to like confuse cleanliness with minimalism, because obviously if you don't have like a lot of things, you will not have a lot of clutter.
Right.
Kind of can understand that.
But you can have a giant video game and manga collection as long as it's organized, right?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and it looks aesthetically
Yeah.
pleasing.
I also understand that it's a preference thing, but
Right.
yeah, I had to bring in manga.
Of course.
But I think that minimalism is overrated.
Okay.
I also think that Balenciaga specifically is overrated.
Okay.
I don't understand the artistic vision there. The last thing I think is very, very, very overrated is Lululemon.
Lululemon. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think that, and this is going to be so controversial, they have some nice pieces, but I think A, it's overpriced. B, Adidas and Nike and all these other like solid OG brands, they've done a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're never getting sponsored by Balenciaga or Lululemon or Florida.
The entire state
The entire
of
state-
Florida,
they're not
just like,
sponsoring
yeah,
us.
they're not sponsoring us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think I agree with you. I don't really know a whole lot about those brands, but sure, I can get behind that.
And let me just bring it up. How do you feel about Marvel?
Okay. I mean, we could spend like a solid 10 minutes on that. But I don't know. Marvel, Disney. I mean, I'm going to throw that into the mix. The MCU. I think it's personally overrated. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of Disney classics when I was a kid, but I feel like the company has just become so greedy and so corporate that it's kind of lost its artistic vision. I kind of feel like now it's just cookie cutter films that are released every year, and they're following a formula.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially with Marvel and Disney. So
Yeah.
I never really got into the MCU. I mean, maybe if I was a fan of the comics, I would like it more, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have been a fan of the comics, and I definitely think that they have some solid movies, and I appreciated the vision and whatnot, but lately I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll write them off as like the most overrated, but I definitely think that some of the newer movies are overhyped.
What is it, like the 4th phase now that they've got going on?
I think 4th or 5th, yeah.
4th, 5th phase, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't kept up after like Civil War.
Multi-dimensional parallel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I agree with you on that one. Cool. Well, I think we might have ruffled a few feathers,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
we're just, being honest.
Yes.
And
All of this is very subjective.
Extremely.
Just our opinions on
Yeah.
what we think.
Listen, if you want to buy a Lamborghini, if you want to buy a Ferrari, more power to you. I mean, I'm going to support.
Good choices. Go for it.
Sure, but
Send us a picture.
I'm not going to like look over there, and be like, wow.
I'll do that.
I'm just going to turn back and listen to my music.
I'll do that. I will look back and I'll be like, oh my gosh, Elliot, look at that cool car. I'll do that.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, I think we're done. Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching the video. We're really happy that you came back, hopefully, for the second video.
Yes. And if you've not already watched it, we have our first video up on the channel. Go ahead and watch that video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you all in our next video.
See you next time.